there certainly is a sense in which the sort of materialist, scientific, technological utopia seems quite at odds with a Christian, Judeo-Christian worldview. But I think there are some commonalities that it's worth also stressing. And I think one very important commonality is that both have this view that the future will look very different from the present or the past. And this is certainly the view that's presented in science fiction. It's presented in the New Jerusalem is not, you're not going back to the Garden of Eden. And so there sort of is a sense that the future looks very different from the past. I think that we are living in a society that I think is, people who are Christian often like to complain that it's sort of vaguely anti-Christian in different ways. I would submit that it is at least as anti-scientific and anti-technological. And so if you look at the movies that Hollywood makes, it would be hard-pressed to come up with a single movie in which science and technology are portrayed in a positive light. And they basically show science and technology that kills people, it doesn't work, and you have a menu of dystopias you can choose from. The future will look like Avatar, or The Terminator, or The Matrix, or Elysium. And it's sort of, if you look at the Gravity movie that came out a year ago, you basically want to go back on a muddy island and never go into outer space. And so I think this notion that we're living this extraordinary, and I think Hollywood, it's sort of, as it often does, it both sort of creates and reflects the popular consensus that science and technology are dangerous things that should be stopped. And so I come at it from the perspective that we have somehow lost our way. We no longer believe in a future that looks very different from the present. I think it's an interesting intellectual history question, why we've lost this hope in a better future. But I do think it's a very severe loss, because there are an awful lot of problems that science and technology could help solve, but they will not be solved if we do not try to work at them.